Deadpool and Wolverine is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Disney. It can be found as a standard slipcover edition, available at your local and online retailers, as well as two 4K steelbooks, one featuring Deadpool and one featuring Wolverine. I don't think many would argue that comic book movies as a whole have suffered a bit of a downturn in recent years. For a variety of reasons, the MCU in particular has been going through a rough patch. But with Deadpool and Wolverine, you can tell that the creative team behind this one, largely led by Ryan Reynolds, understood what the fans want and actually delivered it to them in a movie. Hugh Jackman's return as Wolverine is a welcome sight. The cameos in this film are pretty cool and hit just the right note between fan service and storytelling. No, the plot is not the most deep, but there is a surprising amount of heart and humor. I think it's executed fairly well. Do I think this film is a turnaround point for the MCU? Not really. That's something Marvel in-house has to address. As a fun detour, it was very satisfying. Deadpool and Wolverine on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has an aspect ratio of 239:1. It was finished at a 4K digital intermediate, and it supports both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision transfer. It's to be expected that for a 2024 Marvel flick on the 4K format, it at the very least has to look good, and Deadpool and Wolverine certainly doesn't disappoint. The digitally sourced transfer looks exceptionally clean with no signs of unwanted blemishes or imperfections. Image clarity is on point and really brings out the overall level of detail from start to finish. Speaking of detail, with the 4K picture comes all the benefits as textures really showcase nicely with excellent definition and enhanced depth. Some of the CG can look occasionally a little bit spotty, which is to be expected for a film like this, but it doesn't detract, and more often than not, it does seamlessly blend in with the live elements. In addition, mid-level and far-away shots have appreciable gains and look solid. Sporting Dolby Vision, which might actually be an unexpected benefit from the new Sony distribution deal, the palette enjoys a nice refinement to the visual aesthetic. When I popped in the accompanying Blu-ray, the colors in that image were already emboldened and looked pretty great in their own right. But here on the 4K, it's a subtle but still welcome addition to the transfer. Some of the more fantastical elements, of course, offer a bit of visual flourish, and the red of Deadpool's costume is naturally vibrant. Skin tones appear natural, and white show impressive stability and don't appear blown out. Black levels are generally well rendered with no issues present. Darker interiors convey shadows properly, and night scenes are appropriately deep. Deadpool and Wolverine on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a Dolby Atmos audio mix, which folds down to a Dolby True HD 7.1. There is also a French 5.1 track, as well as a Spanish 7.1 mix. Just as impressive, and hopefully what is also a benefit from the Sony deal, is an actually well done and not soundbar catered to audio track. Have we seen the last of Disney Atmos? The Dolby Atmos track on this film certainly indicates this might be the case going forward. In-film chaos completely erupts in the overhead speakers, as there are a wide variety of audio cues that make full use of the height channels. There are numerous panning overhead effects, beats of score, music, and other action-heavy moments that are consistently heard above. The mid-level and rears are just as equally impressive as their output consistently envelops the listener, offering for a more immersive audio experience. Cassandra's voice, for example, when she's in somebody's head, travels freely around the surround environment. Atmospheric and ambience are plentiful, and once again, score and music also take up residency in those areas. The center channel is clean and clear with dialogue, and there are no issues present. The fronts also handle their respective audio cues nicely. The LFE packs a nice punch, once again not being weighed down by Disney throttling back on the low-end output. Explosions, debris, fight sequences, and everything in between and all around are not only impactful, but enjoy varying degrees of weight and presence. There's a solid amount of bonus materials, but first and foremost, the audio commentary from director Sean Levy and Ryan Reynolds. I normally only listen to about the first 30 minutes when I'm doing a review just to give a sense of how it comes across to you all, but I couldn't help myself and watch the film in its entirety once again with the full audio commentary. I won't spoil anything, but it was certainly worth it, and I encourage you to check it out for yourself. I have to say I'm a little disappointed that there isn't a full-blown making of in this batch of extras, and immediately the ones that are present I wish had a bit more to them. The sequence featuring Madonna's Like a Prayer gets its own featurette, which is semi-entertaining, and the Wolverine solo featurette, for me at least, is one of the highlights. Loose Ends, The Legacy of Heroes is also certainly worth checking out, and it's great to see how these cameos and appearances all came together for the finished film. There are some deleted scenes and gag reels also included, and a few other extra bits to round out the supplements. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Deadpool and Wolverine on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray an A+. The 4K transfer definitely is worth the price of admission, and the visual aesthetic is nicely enhanced with Dolby Vision. Image clarity is also a welcome sight, and hopefully this means we see more transfers like this from the studio going forward. And for the audio, I scored it an A. If I never have to use the term Dolby Atmos again, I think many of us will be more than happy with that result. The audio mix presented is often very entertaining, wonderfully robust, and worth listening to in your home theater. This is a solid mix and one that I hope means good things for us audiophiles in the future. For the extras, I graded them an A-. There is a good amount of bonus materials here on this release, but I do feel that some of the more meatier offerings from other studios are missing, and I would have liked to have seen that included here. Still, what is presented is entertaining enough, and definitely check out the commentary. So that is my review of Deadpool and Wolverine on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray from Disney. If you're interested in picking up a copy for yourself, I will leave a direct Amazon link in the comment section, but if you have the disc already, let me know your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guide 365. I will see you at the movies.